What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our battle report update from the Ultimate Cup on February 25th. It's a little bit late. It's almost about a week. Since then, I've been really busy and trying to do this battle update report, and at the same time dreading it because I didn't do that well at the tournament. But I want to tell you guys how things went, how the deck performed, and kind of the things I ran up against. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Ultimate Cup. And hey, if you enjoyed this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. So we have here the purple or blue-purple Melga build that I was running. So Bukamon now limited, Gabumon X-Antibody now limited, and Garurumon X-Antibody now limited. So I will afterwards tell you the changes that I made to the deck for the new format now that we're at March 1st. So I took this deck because I didn't want to be that guy who played Apocalymon, but I also wanted to play something I considered a good, aggressive, top tier deck for the Ultimate Cup, so I could potentially do well, potentially want to get in top 128, top 64 would even be really nice because the Burning Greymons look great, and I wouldn't mind picking up a play set of those. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So I placed 266, not super good, but out of 479 players, so I guess it could be a lot worse. I don't feel like this is the worst I've ever done. I feel like the worst I ever did was that December Ultimate Cup, but there was only like 120 people, so I still got in top 128. But so my record for the day was 4 losses, 3 ties, and 2 wins out of 9 matches. So I didn't win that much. A lot of ties, a lot of slow playing. A lot of other decks slow play a lot, unfortunately. So this deck's quite fast. You have to think out some combos sometimes, but generally it plays pretty fast. So sometimes the other turns were taking just so long. Decks like Anubismon and Apocalymon, the turns can go on forever with all the trashing that the deck does. So I started off with a tie. I tied with not a new, just Lugamon. We only got through game 2. So I tied with Lugamon. By the time we were done, we only got through game 2. So I was feeling pretty good. I mean, I didn't feel like I did terrible, but unfortunately just didn't win. Then I got smashed by Anubismon and then 2 Apocalymons in a row. Yeah, Apocalymon is a card, and it's at 1 now for a reason. Anubis is a card, and it's at 1 now for a reason, along with this and this. They're at 1 for a reason because they're so good in those decks. It's ridiculous. There's so many heavy trash decks that use this combo and protect their monsters. So it's a little nuts, honestly. I said to someone, I was playing the right engine. I was just playing it in the wrong deck. And I kind of feel that way because it's just so powerful in so many decks. And honestly, it's not as powerful in this one because of your higher monsters. This deck is meant to attack real fast, to check. Problem is the deck can't OTK. It's not a OTK deck. It's not War Greymon. Because it doesn't do security attack plus much. It just unsuspends and checks. So unfortunately, it doesn't have as much checking as it needs, and it doesn't have the memory gain it needs to go all the way up the line and maintain turn a lot of the times. So that's the unfortunate part is, and honestly, with the way the Ultimate Cup was with Apocalymon at full power, your opponent just needed 3 memory. Sometimes they didn't even need that because they had such good memory gain abilities. Anubismon, all the inheritables just gain memory. Like you're gaining 6-7 memory every turn. It's nuts. It's so nuts. But I'll tell you the things I did like. I do like the Bukamon. Now we're running 1 Bukamon and 2 Tsunamons so that we can see the Bukamon. So we're only running 3 eggs. This guy is MVP. The ability to draw, grant blocker, and heritable draw, super good. This guy's at 1. Again, he's super good too. We're playing 3 of the BT9 Gabumon X-Antibody now in replacement. Still really good. Still a searcher, so it still procs all your effects that search. So that's really good. I do like the split here. I do like this guy because grabbing Gabumons and Mats can be super important. So I do like 2 of that. I don't think I'd play 4 of it, so I think having 2 of the searcher is really good too. And it doesn't really affect since you don't play any like purple Sunamons or something like that, so it doesn't, or any purple Gabumon, so it doesn't really affect stuff as much. And then of course this guy's nat 1 now. He's really good. The memory gain's good, but like Gazimon and things like that are still cards, and then you don't gain the memory off this guy, and then it almost feels like a waste because you trash 2 cards for nothing, because it is super sketchy to draw 2 trash 2, because a lot of the time you don't really have 2 targets that you really want to trash in your hand, just 1. But still really great card. And now of course we're playing the 3 of the BT9 Garurumon X-Antibody, which is not as good. Like he does have the battle protection, which is great, but he doesn't have he doesn't draw any cards, so he doesn't set off your mats, which is unfortunate. And then this guy, I like this spread too, 2, 2, and 2. It's nice being able to play a mat for free or for reduced 3 cost. You do get the same inheritable, although you can use this one as many times as you can attack. So this one is better, but just having this early game adds more value. So it's like I'm playing 4 copies of this, but unfortunately I'm not getting the multiple draws. I do like this too because it allows you to play your mats for free, which are super good because then you can search and gain memory. So that's really good. So I would keep this the way it is. It worked out really well. This lineup is pretty much the same. Yeah, nothing's changed about this lineup. I wish I had room to play 4 of this, but honestly, I saw this a lot more than I saw all of these. So I do think that 3 and 4 targets is good. Of course, obviously, you want to see this guy. This one's also really good. You can unsuspend. You just have to trash cards, and the level 4 popping does come up sometimes. So there is that. Having 1 of that is good. I've had bad hands where I needed to play that. Excuse me. And go into the Melga. So that was really good. Also the fact that it can proc your mat and gain you a memory. Although you do have to trash a card if you have 5 cards. And he can stun. That's also really good. So on the Melga, I do like 2 of this. I do like it better than running multiples of that, but it is hard because it does cost 4. Being able to warp Digivolve, super good. Didn't really come up much because I used Wolf of Friendship almost every time because it's the same cost, but I'm not going to be running Wolf of Friendship anymore, so it would come up. Being able to stun, super good. Honestly, though, an evade to destruction twice per turn and then battle destruction multiple times per turn is really good. There's just so many ways to get rid of it. I mean, you can de-digivolve it, you can bounce it. It's not hard to get rid of. I got Cocytus Breast multiple times by a Beelstar player. So unfortunately, there's easy ways to get rid of it. It's sad, and then you pay 4 to go into it, and it just seems like too much. It is still better than this guy because this guy overflows you 4, and yeah, and you got to have the perfect position to do this. Like I had this guy, and I could have beat my opponent if they had 2 memory, but I gave them 3 memory, and they started their turn, and they didn't need to pay any memory to just kill me. So unfortunately, yeah, it's not. It's having 1 of it's fine. I still think 2 of this is better. These are your MVP cards here. These are what really does a lot for the deck. This is amazing. But you do want to have one of these guys underneath it, or at least an X-Antibody before you go into it. And then this guy's really good too. Really good stun card. Can put the Apocalymon back on the bottom of the deck with the if you have the Omnimon X-Antibody in the trash, which you can trash with an ability, so that you can get there, or the Omnimon, either one. You got to have this package because this is just the OTK package. When you get, you can get potential 3 swings in with this. Yeah, 3 swings in with this, and if you can go into that, or if you can go into this guy, you can get a couple more swings for. Yeah, you can get 3 swings with this, with that, and then the 4th with either that or that, and then you can finish the game if you have that, basically. If you have that combo. So there, you got to play it. It's just too good. The draw power in this deck is crazy. When we get into the tamers here, I have made some changes here. So I've cut both Wolf of Friendship and Matt Ashita from SD15. You don't need a memory tamer. I thought because you could play him for 1 with this, it would have value, but that barely ever comes up. And honestly, I need more ways to gain memory and draw faster. So I've gone back to Cool Boys. I'm playing 2 Cool Boys in place of Wolf of Friendship and Matt Ashita, because you do lots of X-Antibody Digivolutions, so you can gain memory from that. You can draw. It's super powerful if you have multiple copies of Cool Boy per turn. It's just so good at, 2 memory, 2 draws. And then you're also having these, if you can play them for free with that and that, you're potentially having even more memory, and then you don't need that memory tamer. So that's kind of where we're sitting at with that. It just, the memory tamer is too slow, and you honestly never want to drop it for 4. It hurts you too much in this format. The game's too fast to drop that for 4. If you had a way to play it for free or a way to play it easier, then yeah, I would say definitely. But the fact is that we're only running 2 of that and 1 of that. It's not going to come up many times. So Cool Boys, at least they're a 2-cost drop. A lot easier to stomach. And then, of course, X-Antibody. Protoform, I didn't think that I would want to keep playing this card, but it's so good. Just being able to Digivolve for 1 less, give your opponent 1 less memory, or maintain turn, because this guy Digivolves for 1, and of course these Digivolve for more. Well, they could Digivolve for 1, but they also, if you don't have this guy, you can Digivolve them for 3, which is really, really good. And you get X-Antibody in its traits, and you get to, when it dies, you get to put it on top of your security stack and add a source to your hand. So that's really good. So you can add this guy back. So really, really good, because we only have 1 of him. Or you can add this back, or you can add this back now that they're at 1. Mental training. I didn't have any times in the day where I really wanted memory boost. I think mental trainings are great. You can go into your Garurumons for free, which is super good. You can go into your level 3s for cheaper. Obviously, the one thing is that you can't use it on this guy, but also you can go into this for 2 if you have to, which is still really decent. But definitely the drawbacks are that you can hit purple cards or white cards, and then you can't add anything. But now that we have that out of the deck, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets, 8 targets that you can't search. So the chances are, we only decrease them by 1, but it's all good. So you can't add, and you can't use it on the purple Digivolutions, obviously, so it does affect just these 2 and that one right there. So that is the battle report. That's the deck. So I think the Cool Boys are going to be a lot better in the deck. The deck will be slower. I think it's still a good deck. I don't know if I would play it at Ultimate Cup. There's a lot of other cool decks that I think might do better at the regionals or the Ultimate Cups coming up in March, April, and May. So we'll have to see what exactly we're going to do with that. But I really like this deck. Honestly, my first time playing Melga seriously, and I felt like I did really well. I felt like I found a lot of combos that I worked out the best possible ways. Unfortunately, like I said, Apocalymon and Anubismon are so good. They use the same engine, which is why these engines are limited now, and these are better in those other decks than they are in this deck, unfortunately. And it's funny because this is a line specific deck, and it's so true that those X-Antibody cards are so much better in those other decks. I could barely do anything, and whatever I did was pretty much undone the next turn. As long as if you couldn't get over Anubismon, even if you got over Apocalymon, they were just bringing it back next turn. And I mean, the stun didn't really matter, especially when they're milling you out. But the stun really didn't matter. To a lot of decks that I played, it was just a constant stream of Apocalymon and Anubismon and even BL Starmon. I can't remember the deck I beat. And one of my wins was a drop. The last round, the guy didn't even show up. My ties were all right. Lugamon. I can't even remember my other two ties now. Like I said, the decks were all over the place. I did play another kind of purple Garurumon player. I think we tied that one too. And that one was a kind of a quick trash build and playing a lot of the starter deck stuff. But I did feel like this one was better. Definitely had a lot more steam, I feel. But other than that, it wasn't a very good Ultimate Cup, but I learned a lot, and now I know a little bit more, and hopefully I'll do better in the future Ultra Cups, because I would totally love to get back up into 128 and 64th place, maybe even see a top 32. But we'll see what happens in the future, and the regionals is coming up, so I'll have to pick a deck for that in March. So we will do another battle report for the regionals in March. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to play Melga, I still recommend it. It's a great deck. It's still going to be really strong. It's just lost a little bit of speed. But hopefully with things like the Cool Boys, that'll kind of adjust for that. But otherwise, I'm really liking this deck. I'm really liking the new format deck. Because, again, BT9, Garurumon, X-Antibody, and Gabumon X-Antibody are great cards. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think I could have done anything better with this deck? Do you think I could have made it more consistent, or do you think I just had the bad luck of being in the full-powered Apocalymon one-off tournament? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.